So, Behzad and Mohammed, hi to you too. Let me start with Behzad. Last session, we worked on an article from Wall Street Journal. It was about Boris Johnson. And there was a problem with my explanation. I said it wrong about the last paragraph. The Prime Minister is the first head of government. Behzad, would you please start reading the last paragraph again? And then I'll explain what
Yes.
I told you wrong. Okay, go on.
Uh, where were we? Mr. Johnson, who tested positive for...
No, not that. Can you see the screen? I'm sharing the screen. Can you see that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so it's here. The Prime Minister is the first head of government known to have been
Yes.
infected, okay?
Yes, yes. The Prime Minister is the first head of government known to have been infected with the new virus, which erupted in China late last year.
Yes, go on.
Continue.
Yes.
Yes, his hospitalization risks creating a leadership vacuum as Britain faces its worst health crisis in more than a century.
Okay, very good. So I told you this about this creating, and that was your question. The problem was that I read it wrong. It's not his hospitalization risks. It's his hospitalization, pause, risks creating. Risk is a verb here. Risk is a verb.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Yes. I didn't catch it. Can you repeat?
Yes, yes. See, last session I read it like this. His hospitalization risks creating a leadership vacuum. But I read it
Yes.
wrong. It's actually this. His hospitalization, pause, risks creating a leadership vacuum. Risk in here is a verb. It's not a noun. It's not part of hospitalization. His hospitalization risks creating. And why is creating with ing here? Because risk is one of those verbs that after which we bring gerunds. Okay, like I enjoy doing this. I don't say I enjoy to do
Yes, yes.
this. After risk, if you bring another verb, it has to
Okay.
have ing. So the problem was that creating is creating. It's a gerund. It's because it comes
Yes.
after the verb risk in here. Okay? If you don't understand,
Yeah.
I can explain it in Persian too.
No,
Okay.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay, so any other
So
problem or
risk
any other
here,
question?
no, risk here is a verb. So
Yes, is a verb. And after his hospitalization, you have to pause. Okay, you have to pause. His
yes,
hospitalization risks
yeah.
this, like this. Any other questions from the paragraph?
No,
No,
and
okay.
if, yeah, if you remember last session, the only sentence or structure that I had problem to understand exactly was this
Yes,
sentence.
exactly. I had problem understanding this too. I actually asked a native, and at first when I told you this, I thought that it was correct. But then after the class was over, I said it cannot be correct
Yeah.
because there was no relative pronoun or adjective, and it's not a participle
Yes.
clause. So I asked a native, and they had the same problem, and they said they said that they don't understand the sentence. But after a few minutes, they said that, well, you're reading it wrong. It's not his hospitalization risks, it's his hospitalization pause risks. So that was the
Yes.
problem.
Yes.
So sometimes
Yes.
when we read it wrong, we get it wrong. Okay, so Shirin
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
joined us too. Hi, Shirin.
Yes.
So let's start with our new article. It's this one. Jason Gay wrote this article, and I want to start with Mr. Ziai Muhammad. Okay, so bye bye to you, Behzad, just for the moment. I'll get back to you again.
Yeah.
Muhammad, hi.
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 Uh,
So, did you have
nice.
time to have a look at the articles? in this newspaper?
Not really. I didn't have enough time.
That's okay.
And
You don't have to. You didn't have to. I just wanted to know. It's okay. So can you see the screen? I've shared the screen.
yes, I can see. But before we start, can I tell you something?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, at the first place, I thought you're gonna uh, specific specific a part of newspaper
Mm-hmm.
to be ready. But when I found out there is no readiness before class, so I found it difficult. And I don't know you know that or not. I'm in the middle of American file too, and I don't know I'm ready for that or not.
Uh-huh.
But I try to be ready.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm a little stressed.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to grade you. Okay? We're here to
Okay.
learn. See, even last session, you weren't here. It was only Behzat and Shirin. And Behzat asked me a question about a word that I've just explained. And I explained it wrong last session. So I'm learning too. It's not that I know all the answers and I know everything. It's not like that. I make mistakes. I
Okay.
might have problems. So just relax and if you understand something, tell me that you understand it, explain. If you don't understand, just tell us that you don't. That's okay. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So,
Thank you. Thank you.
is that all, or do you want to add anything?
Okay.
No? Okay.
Excuse.
Hello?
Yeah. Go on.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I
I
can
thought
hear
you were
you. Go on.
breaking up. Okay, so
I know.
it's Jason Gay wrote this article. It's please stay
Okay.
home, please stay active, and please stay yourself. Would you please
Yeah.
start reading the first paragraph, this column on
Yeah.
the left?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Mm-hmm.
neglected to write King Lear.
Mm-hmm.
I should be upfront about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like other plots, I
Folks.
had big
Mm-hmm.
folks. I had big creative plans for my uh,
Mm-hmm.
quarantine,
Quarantine.
quarantine,
Quarantine.
quarantine, okay, quarantine. And when
Yes.
I heard that Shakespeare had knocked off a classic
Mm-hmm.
tragedy
Mm-hmm.
during an early 15th century plague, I
Plague.
figured
Plague.
plague,
Uh-huh.
okay, plague. I figured, well, why not me too? I'm basically Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm.
If Shakespeare had been a stooge, stooge,
Stooge. Stooge.
stooge with a sport column in the journal.
Okay, thank you. So the first sentence, I have neglected to write King Lear. Of course, you have to read the whole article. Maybe you have to read the whole article to understand what this first sentence means. But can you just take a guess? Tell us what it means. Hello?
Yes, I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
I have neglected.
Yes. Do you know the meaning
I
of
don't know what
neglect
is this.
and neglected?
Yeah, I don't know that. This is my problem. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and
Do you know
unfortunately, I
anything
can
about
guess.
that? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't worry. Don't be stressed out. You're new.
Okay.
Maybe you don't know how to start. That's okay. Do you know anything about King Lear?
About?
King Lear. You just read about it. I have
Mm,
neglected to write King
mm,
Lear.
No, I don't.
No,
No, I don't.
that's okay, dear. Don't worry. I'll go to Behzat now and then I'll come back to you. Okay? Bye
Okay.
bye for now.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Behzat, what about you? Hello, Behzat.
Yes.
Yes. So, can you tell us
Hi.
what the first sentence means? I have neglected to write King Lear.
I have neglected to write King Lear.
Mm-hmm.
King Lear is I think, a tragedy by
Mm-hmm.
and written by Shakespeare.
Very good, yes.
And when someone says, I've neglected to do or to write something, means maybe he was supposed to do something, but he didn't do that.
Very good, excellent. Neglect means that. Can you give us a synonym for the word neglect?
Yes. With a verb, or can I use in another forms of neglect?
Other
For
forms,
example,
anything.
Yeah. For example, in my field of practice, if we come across a neglected child, we have to consult with foreign medicine.
And what's
forensic medicine? Forensic
medicine. I see.
Forensic medicine.
Yes,
A neglected child, for example, you as a mother have to do, and you have some responsibilities for your children. If you do not do your parenting and neglect your child, in this case, for example, your child is a neglected child.
I see. Very good. How do you say that in Persian? Neglected child in Persian. How do you say that?
Most of the time we say it in English, but I can suppose, yes, neglected child, بچه مثلا که بهش بی‌توجهی شده یا مثلا.
Very good. Yes, that's a good example. Because yes, you're right. Sometimes you see one word in English, but you cannot translate it to just one word in Farsi. Maybe you have to add words. Maybe you have to translate it into a whole sentence. But that's okay. That's okay. Thank you very much, Bezat. What about the rest of it? So as you explained, this writer, Jason Gay, the columnist of this column, have neglected doing something that he was supposed to do. That's very good. Thank you. You explained it really well. Now the rest of the sentence. I should be upfront about that. What does this mean?
I should be upfront about that. I mean, he means he should have done that.
Do you know the meaning of the word upfront? Upfront.
Yes, upfront to came across something, I think.
No, it doesn't mean that. At least in here, it doesn't mean that. Do you deal with this word in your field of study, in medicine? Do you have upfront? No. It means honest, frank.
Honest.
Okay. What you explained was correct. So this columnist was supposed to do that, supposed to do something great, which he neglected. And now he wants to be honest about it. He wants to tell us, the audience, the readers of this column, that he has not done that. He has not been successful in doing that. And the rest of it, please. And before that, can you just pick out the structure from the sentence? I should be upfront about that. Pick up the structure.
To be to be upfront about something.
Okay. And make an example, please. Make a sentence.
I think I can say all people should be upfront about anything that they deal with.
It's good, but a better one. I want you to give us an example in which upfront means honest. And if someone hears your sentence, they can understand that it means that. Something better.
Yeah. I try to be upfront in my life.
Okay, you forgot about the preposition.
Yeah. I try to be upfront about my life.
Okay. But can you say something? Give us an example about your field of practice and study. Maybe when you're dealing with your patients and diseases.
Yes. Yeah. In medicine, all the doctors and nurses should be upfront about their patients, especially in case of, in case of fatal diseases.
Okay. See, I think you're mistaken, Behzad. To be upfront about something, not someone.
Oh, something, yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. To be
So
upfront
can you
about
give us another
something.
example? Another example in which you...
Yes.
Mhm.
Something. What can I say here instead of something? For
A
example, in
disease,
medicine,
maybe.
we
Yes.
should
Mhm.
be,
Mhm.
yeah, we should be upfront about disease.
Diseases, yes, or a disease.
Diseases,
Yes,
yes.
very good. Thank you.
Yes.
And the next sentence?
Like other folks,
Uh-huh.
I had big creative plans for my quarantine,
Mhm.
and when I heard that Shakespeare
Mhm.
had knocked off a classic tragedy during an early 15th century
17th.
plague,
17th.
17th century plague,
Mhm.
I figured, well, why not me?
Why not me
Too,
too?
I'm
No,
based.
not that, not
Why
like
not
that.
me? Yeah.
Read it again.
Why not me too?
Okay, wait. Okay, why not me too?
Uh,
Now explain. Like other folks. What's folks?
Folks, I know we have some
Mhm.
folks mm,
Mhm.
folk music I've heard.
That's folklore music.
Yeah,
Let me type it
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Which is shortened to folk. Folklore.
yeah.
Okay? The
Yes,
L is not pronounced. But in here it just means guys, people. Okay?
guys. Yeah,
Folk,
people. Yes, yeah.
folk, excuse me. In the plural form is folks, and it sometimes means
Folks.
family. For example, you're married. The relatives on your wife's side are her folks. Her folks.
Yes.
Faco famílias. Okay?
Praco family.
Sometimes it means
Family
that.
member.
Yes. In that context. But in here, it just means guys, people. Like other guys,
Yes.
like other people, like other folks, I had plans for my quarantine. Okay, this guy had some
Yeah.
plans because a lot of people started planning things when they saw that they had to stay at home. They said, okay, I'll learn a new language. Maybe I learn how to cook. I learn how to bake. So this guy had a plan too. Maybe had a plan to write a big, I don't know, masterpiece maybe, which he has neglected.
And yes.
Mhm.
And what does he use quarantine here?
Quarantine is what we say in Farsi, قرنطینه.
Uh-huh. For
Okay.
example, he's a writer, yes, and
Yes,
he
yes. Mhm.
and he, for example, instead of his privacy, he wants to say quarantine.
Yes, because quarantine is the word they use for it, for قرنطینه. He says that as just like others, I have to be quarantined. I have to stay at home. I have to shelter in.
Yes.
So, because
Yes.
I have to quarantine myself at home, like other people, I had plans,
Yeah.
which of course I have neglected. And when?
Yes.
Would you
Yes.
please read the rest? Do you understand the
And yeah.
meaning?
And when
If you have any problem, if you don't understand some part that I explained, just tell me.
no, everything for me, yeah, everything is clear for me
Okay. So go on.
with your excellent explanation.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay.
And when I heard that Shakespeare
Mhm.
had knocked off a classic tragedy, well, maybe he then after he what
Mhm.
he he had heard
Mhm.
that Shakespeare maybe had done something that he was supposed to do
Mhm.
a thing like that.
Very good. But not something that you're supposed to do. Knock off means doing
Yes, yes.
something, but there's a quality to doing something when you knock it off. When you knock off something,
Mm-hmm.
you do it hurriedly, hastily, in a hurry. It means that you don't spend a lot of time on it. He means that when Shakespeare did that, Shakespeare wrote this tragedy. King Lear during an early 17th century plague. And he knocked it off. It means that he didn't spend much time on it. He did it fast. Okay,
Instantly.
although it's a masterpiece. What's a masterpiece, Behzad, in Persian?
Master. Yeah. یعنی یه کار خیلی تمام کمال.
Shahkar, yes, exactly.
Yes.
Although King Lear is a masterpiece, he knocked it off during a plague. It means that he did it, he wrote it hurriedly. So he was really great, but this writer, Jason Gay, is comparing himself to Shakespeare and he sees that he cannot do that. So I've heard, okay, during an early 17th century plague. What's plague, Behzad, in Persian?
Plague, as I know, as a doctor, plague is طاعون.
Yes, that's correct, actually. But it is also an expression. In here, it's a noun. It means ta'un. It's a disease, and it actually means that. But in modern...
Or like a disaster.
Exactly. In modern English, it's a verb. For example, they say that the thought of it plagued me. Okay? The thought of it plagued me. It means that I was preoccupied with it. I didn't like it. It bothered me. Okay? It was just like a plague.
Yes, just like a plague.
Okay. So that's it. So far, figured well. Why not me too? So at first he thought that he can do it too, because Shakespeare had to stay at home during the plague in 17th century. So this writer thought with himself that maybe I can do that too. Okay. Would you please read the rest? If
Shakespeare had been a stooge with a sports column in the journal.
Yes.
He is. He imagines if Shakespeare were instead of him. I think he is a sports columnist.
Very good. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yes. Had been a stooge. What is stooge?
Yes. What is stooge? What do you think is a stooge? Take a guess.
I'm basically had been a stooge with a sports column in a journal. I don't know. Maybe a
means an unimportant person. Unimportant person. Just he's comparing himself to Shakespeare. Shakespeare was a great man. He was a writer, but Jason Gay is just a columnist, right? A sports columnist in one of the many journals, in one of the many newspapers. So he says that I'm not important. Okay. So if I could do that, he means I could do that if Shakespeare, if he's comparing himself, if Shakespeare's job was like my job, or if I could say that my job is like Shakespeare's job. He's comparing it. He's being satirical. He's mocking himself somehow, you know? He's mocking himself. He's joking. He's joking.
Mocking. Oh, yes.
He's joking.
Mocking, joking.
Mocking is laughing at. He's somehow joking, saying that, well, I'm not that great. I cannot compare myself to Shakespeare. And compared to Shakespeare, I'm just this stooge. I'm an unimportant person, unimportant person. So that's how he says it.
Yes.
So we're done with the first paragraph. Let me go to Shirin. Bye-bye for now, Behzad. Let me go to Shirin.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Shirin, hi. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too. So can you see the screen, Shirin?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're at the second paragraph. Would you please start reading it?
Okay. Can I ask a question
Sure.
before I start reading?
Sure.
For upfront, I wrote a sentence.
Yes.
I have to upfront about my mistakes.
Okay.
Is that correct?
No, it's not. But you know why? Would you please say the sentence again? You said I have to.
I have to
Upfront.
upfront about my mistakes.
About my
I should
mistakes.
write. I have.
Can you correct yourself? There's something missing from your sentence.
I have to be
very good. I
upfront
have to be
about
upfront,
my
yes.
mistakes.
If you had put be there, that would be correct. Yes, that's a correct sentence.
Okay.
So
Okay,
I have
thank you.
to be upfront about my mistakes. Okay. Any other questions?
Now
Okay.
I start. Let's start. Not
No,
only
before that,
have I
Shirin, you said I start. Did you say that? Did you say I start?
I want to say let's start.
No, but before that, instead of let's start, you said I start, right? But that is not right.
Yes.
I mean, the tense of the sentence is not right. Can you correct it yourself?
Shall I start or could I start?
No, the tense. I start is present simple. And you know, none of the applications of present simple apply to this in here. You have to use another tense. By tense, I mean present simple, present continuous, past simple, future. Which one should you use?
I'm starting.
Well, you could say that too, of course. I'm starting if you mean just at the moment, but not really, no. I'll start. I wanted to say I'll start, okay? I'll start.
Okay.
And why? Why should you say I'll start?
Because I decided and I plan to do it.
No, you don't have any plans. With will, you don't have any plans. You've just decided. If you have plans, you use present progressive or present continuous. If you intend to do it, you use be going to. But when you just decide to do something, you use will. Okay?
Will. Okay. Thank you.
Please start.
I'll start.
Good. Very good.
Okay. Not only have I failed to write King Lear, I have failed to do much of anything.
Okay. Just stop there and tell us what this sentence means, Shirin.
Failed.
No, in English.
I can't do something.
Very good.
And he says, not only I could not be able to write kingly, I could not to be much of anything.
Okay. First of all, Shirin, after could, we don't say to. Okay? We don't use to after could. After could, you have to use the base form of the verb. I could go. She could go. No S, no ing, no to, no ed, nothing. And if you want to say he couldn't do that, you could also say he wasn't able to do that. So you get the meaning of the sentence. First of all, he had this big goal to write something really good, maybe a masterpiece, but he didn't do that. Other than that, he hasn't done anything at all. It means that he hasn't done anything useful during the quarantine. But do you understand the grammatical structure used in this sentence? It starts with not only. Can you explain that?
Not only. Not only. Not only.
Have you seen it before? Have you seen sentences starting?
Yes, but I don't remember right now. Not only.
But that's okay.
But also.
Very good. Not only, but also. That's the structure. That's the main structure. Usually, the but also part is deleted. Okay, the not only part is there in the sentence, but usually the but also part is deleted. Sometimes it is there, sometimes it isn't. But pay attention to the sentence. Not only have I failed to write King Lear, there is a strange thing.
But also...
No, not that part. There's a strange thing that's happened after not only part. Do you understand it by looking at the sentence? The word order is not the same as a simple sentence. Can you tell me what's happened here?
I have it's a question form.
Yeah, maybe, yes. It's like the question form. In a statement, you see the subject first, then the verb. But when you have not only but also, after not only, you bring the verb first, as if it's a question, but it's not a question. Very good, excellent. So not only have I failed to write King Lear, but also I have failed to do much of anything. But here you don't see the but also. Shirin, I want you to give me an example of not only but also. Your own example. You can say it in a positive form too. You don't have to have it in a negative form.
Not only have I take care of my daughter.
Okay, pay attention.
I have...
First, Shirin, excuse me. Can you tell me the tense of this sentence? Not only have I failed. What is the tense of this sentence? Is it present simple? Is it past simple? Is it future? Which one is it?
I think it's present perfect.
Very good. So if you want, you can have your example in present perfect tense, but you said it wrong when you were making that sentence. So please pay attention to the tense of the sentence and make it again.
Not only have I taken care of my daughter, I have taken care of myself.
Yes, very good. You can also say, but also I have taken care of myself. Very good, excellent. Now the rest of the paragraph. Would you please read the rest?
Yes. I have failed to fix the broken door in the hallway closet.
Very good. What's the meaning of this sentence? Can you say this sentence in a simpler form in English?
Simple. I could. I couldn't able to fix the closet door.
Okay. No, the sentence was wrong. I know you understood it well, but the sentence you made was wrong. See, you said I couldn't able. You mistook this one for I wasn't able. We don't have I couldn't able. You can either say I couldn't do this or I wasn't able to do this. But not couldn't able. Don't mix the two.
Okay.
So make the sentence again, please.
I was not able to fix the broken closet door.
Closet door. Yes,
closet.
closet door. Closet is wrong. Closet door. Very good.
Closet door.
Okay, go on. The next sentence.
I have yet to tidy the junk in the basement.
Okay, what does this mean? I have yet to tidy the junk in the basement. What does I have yet to mean?
Yet.
If you could say that in Persian. If you could say that in Persian. I have yet to tidy.
هنوزم yet but یعنی هنوز still.
No,
I'm
the
still
whole phrase. I mean the whole phrase, not just one word. I have yet to tidy the junk in the basement. What does it mean in Persian? I have yet to, just this part. I have yet to.
من هنوزم باید
Mhm.
هنوزم باید بیسمنت هم مرتب کنم. نمیتونم.
Yes, you're right. You're actually right. هنوز مونده تا این کارو بکنم. Okay? To have yet to do something is the structure used here. To have yet to do something.
To have yet to do something. Okay.
He means that he has a lot of things to do before that. کلی کار دیگه قبل این هست. حالا مونده تا برسه به اونجا که بخواد بیسمنت رو تمیز کنه. Okay? To have yet to do something. Make a sentence with that, please. About yourself, about people around you, anything or anyone.
I have yet to study English.
Okay, you mean that you have a lot of things to do before you get to English, right? Okay.
Yes.
But you're making all your examples with
But
I. Make
it
one example with she or he or they. Okay.
She has yet to do her homework.
Okay. Homework, not homework. Homework.
Homework.
Just that. Just that. That's enough.
Just that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You mean that,
Yes.
for example, she has to take a bath first. Maybe she has to eat her lunch first and then get to the homework. Okay. Would you please read the rest?
Yes.
The rest of the sentences.
Okay. I have failed to clean out the fridge. We have 15 mustard. 15 mustard.
Mustards.
9 of each
Mustard.
Yes, mustard. 9 of which expired during the Clinton administration.
Yes. What's that? What does that mean?
We have 50. It means that he has a lot of expired things in his kitchen.
Yes, very
that it was from the Clinton till now. Clinton
okay, what is Clinton
president.
administration? What is Clinton administration? In Persian, you can say it in Persian.
Administration, I know.
Don't pay attention to the word administration.
مثلا.
Yes, very good. Say it. Say it again.
دوره.
Very good.
دوره.
Okay, as she was saying, it's about when they say Clinton administration, they mean دوره کلینتون. Okay, he means دوره ریاست جمهوری کلینتون, but he's joking actually. He doesn't actually mean that. We'll wait for Shireen, but in the meantime, let's talk to Muhammad. Okay, Muhammad, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so Shireen has not joined us, so would you please read the rest? I'm so bad.
Yes, I'm so bad at overseeing virtual school. My kids are going to wind up in virtual detention.
Yes, that's wind up, dear. Not wind up, wind up. Wind up in virtual detention.
Oh, okay. Yes, wind up. Yeah. In virtual detention, smoking virtual cigarettes.
Cigarettes. So I'm so bad at overseeing virtual school. What does overseeing mean?
Overseeing means to look on somebody.
Just that?
To look on somebody.
Not looking at somebody and doing what? If you look at somebody, you're overseeing them? Do you mean that? If I look at you, I'm...
No. No, I heard there is a structure to look on somebody means نظارت به کسی داشتن.
Okay, I never heard that. Okay, good. So it means
So
to have...
is it true?
I don't know. I never heard that. You said that you read it somewhere. I never read look on somebody. I don't know that. I have to check. But you said that you read it, so it must be correct. Yes, exactly that. It has that meaning, the thing that you said in Persian. Yes. نظارت داشتن,
okay.
overseeing, yes.
Yes.
Overseeing virtual school. What does he mean by virtual school?
Yes, virtual, I should say in Persian.
No, in English.
Virtual school means when we use a computer to learn virtual, it's in the cyberspace actually.
Yes, like our class. Our class is a virtual class,
yes,
right?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
virtual
Yes,
school.
that's true.
My kids are going to wind up in virtual detention. What does that mean?
Wind up is equal wrap up.
No, first of all, you have to say equals, okay? Because you're talking about one word or one phrase. But no, it doesn't mean wrap up. Wind up means to be...
Ended up. Ended up.
Yes, very good. To end up somewhere.
Yeah.
To be somewhere at the end. Okay? So he's worried that his kids might wind up in virtual detention. What is virtual detention in English again?
So I told you virtual detention is really familiar. So let me think. It's a punishment.
It's related to punishment, yes. You're close, but it doesn't exactly mean punishment. It's related to punishment.
I don't know. Yeah, it's the only thing I know, but detention, I know it's related to a school.
Yeah, it might be related to school. In here it is. Yes, you are right.
Yeah.
Like when a student is not doing well, when they misbehave in class, they go to detention.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. It's about criminals too. Do you know anything about criminal detention?
Criminal detention,
yes. Do you know the meaning
criminal
of
detention.
Criminals?
So I think we don't have these things in Iran school.
Yes, Iranian school. Yes.
Yeah, but I saw these things in their movies.
Yes. What happens when they detain someone?
So at first, they asked his parents to come at school to explain about his behavior or her behavior, and they imprison him.
Yes, somehow.
I
Yes,
think,
imprison. It's
yeah,
a
it's
form
like
of imprisonment. Yes, it's actually before.
It's not really harsh.
Yes, yes.
It's not really harsh and violent, but it's like in prison.
Yes. Can you say that? Just one word for it in Persian?
Excuse me, can you repeat it?
Yes. For detention, just one word for it in Persian. For criminals, criminal detention.
Criminal. جرایم مدرسه.
No. Detention, not. I mean criminal detention. The word detention. Can you say one word for it in Persian?
جرایم.
No. Jarayim is for crimes. I mean the word detention. You said it's like going to prison, but it's not an actual prison. It's not that harsh.
Okay. بازداشت.
Very good.
بازداشت. Like apprehend or arrest.
Yes, very good. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Go on with the words.
So, meanwhile, I'm trying to...
Meanwhile.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm trying to stay fit, and that's mostly a disaster too.
Okay, a disaster too. That's mostly a disaster too. It's also.
Too, okay.
Meanwhile, what does meanwhile mean, Muhammad?
Meanwhile, it's meantime. If I let me to say in Persian,
No, not in
that
Persian.
means as not.
No, not in
Okay.
Persian. In English, just give us an equivalent, a synonym, another synonym for meanwhile.
Meanwhile, during a time.
Yes, at the moment, these days, during this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
These days.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
stay fit. What does it mean to stay
Fit.
fit?
Stay fit in, have a good body, to do
Very
exercise,
good.
and
Very good. That's enough. And what does he mean when he says that's mostly a disaster?
then mostly with disaster. I know it's horrible. It's not very good.
So what does he mean? He says that I'm trying to stay fit. That's mostly a disaster. What does he mean by saying that?
It's really difficult to do that.
Very good. Yes.
Always, most of the time, it's difficult to do that.
Very good. Very good. And the rest of the
Yes.
sentences?
Per lockdown.
Pre-lockdown. Pre-lockdown.
Pre-lockdown, I had a big plans for a summertime. For a summertime, abdominal six-pack.
Okay, so what does it mean?
Okay.
Pre-lockdown. What
So
is lockdown and what is pre-lockdown?
I know lockdown, but I don't know what
lockdown
pre-lockdown
is related to these days. They say this word a lot. What is lockdown in English?
In English, quarantine.
Yes,
You said?
some sort of quarantine.
Yeah.
It means just closing all the shops and stores and businesses. That's now pre-lockdown. Pre means before. Pre-lockdown. Before this happened, before all this started, I had big plans for a summertime abdominal six-pack. What is summertime abdominal six-pack?
Summertime during summer, six-pack, so it's clear.
Yes.
But abdominal, I don't know actually.
You can guess. You can guess, Muhammad. See, where is the six-pack? Do you have a six-pack?
No.
No. If you do, is it on your head, on your neck, on your feet? Where is it?
Yeah. So like this people, I always try to make a plan to go to the gym, but so I'm busy and I can't.
No, I know. Just imagine.
It's always in my mind.
Yeah, it's always your plan. Muhammad, just imagine that you do. You have a six-pack. If you do have a six-pack, where is this six-pack? Is it on your head? Is it on your elbow?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get it. No, it's in my stomach.
Okay, in your stomach.
Yeah,
So,
it's around my stomach.
okay,
Yeah.
so now can you guess what abdominal means in here?
Yeah. Şeker.
Yes, stomach. Yes, abdominal in here
Stomach.
is an adjective actually. The noun is abdomen. Abdomen is the noun form, and abdominal is the adjective. Abdominal six-pack. Six-pack in English actually means something else too. It's not just the muscles on your stomach. Do you know what else it means? Mama, do you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but your voice had a noise and I couldn't understand.
Oh, okay, I say it again.
Could you repeat your last sentence?
Sure.
Yeah.
See, the word six-pack is not just the word for the muscles on your stomach. It actually means something else too in English. Do you know the other meanings of six-pack?
Other meanings. I don't know.
You don't know.
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask others. Just wait a
Okay.
bit. Shireen, what about you? Do you know?
Hello.
Hi again.
Uh,
Do you know what six-pack means again? Any other meaning other than the abdominal muscles? What's the other meaning of six-pack?
I think it's some items.
Like what?
Uh, a group of 6 items.
Ah, very good. A group of 6 items like what? Like drinks, huh? Drinks, beer, actually. Usually there are these packs of 6 beer cans in one packaging. It's called a 6-pack. You go to a store and buy a 6-pack. It means that you bought 6 cans of beer. Okay. So let me go back to Mohammed and then I come back to you again, Shireen. Bye for now.
Thank you.
So Mohammed, back to you again. Please read the
Okay.
next sentence.
Now, all I want is to not look like I'm stealing a toaster under my shirt.
Yeah, what does it mean?
What does it mean? Now I want is to not look like. He said all things that I'm looking for it.
See,
it's
Mohammed,
not look
all
like
things that I'm looking for. Not all things that I'm looking for it. Because you said that
okay.
to omit the it at the end. All the things that I'm looking for. Go on.
Yeah. It mean all things that I'm looking for. Is not look like it's like stealing a toaster. Stealing is so steal is obvious. Toaster is a device.
Yes. So, but what does he mean by this phrase, stealing a
Under,
toaster under my shirt?
yeah.
What does he mean?
I need to think. Let me think.
Okay, I'll go ask Shireen. Okay, if she doesn't have the answer, I'll come back to you again. Okay,
Okay.
bye for now.
Okay.
So Shireen, can you explain to us what this sentence means?
He is out of shape.
Yes, very good. He is out of shape. Yes.
Yes.
Now all I want. What does it mean when he says, now all I want is to not look like I'm stealing a toaster?
He wants be better.
He wants to be better. Yes.
To be better. He wants to be better. Not as well as 6-pack.
Very good.
But,
very good. So he means that all my plans are not that big as before. Because I failed, I have reduced my plans somehow. I have made my plans smaller. Yes. Now I don't want a 6-pack. I just want to have a smaller stomach. So he's likening his stomach to the bun on his stomach to someone who's stealing a toaster under his shirt. Very good. Would you please read the next sentence, Shireen?
Yes. It's hard. It's hard to stay motivated when after checking the headline, all I want to do is to eat an entire frozen pizza by myself.
Very good. So explain to us what this sentence means. It's hard to stay motivated. Means?
It's hard to have enough continuing motivation.
Okay, it's hard to continue the motivation. What's motivation in Farsi?
انگیزه.
Very good. It's hard. Where was it? It's hard to stay motivated. Can you tell me what the structure here is? It's hard to stay motivated.
To
Mhm.
to stay. To be to be motivated.
No, that's not a structure. It's just a verb. No. Let me ask Behzad. You can think about it too. Behzad, hi again. Can you tell us what the
Hi.
structure is in this sentence? It's hard to stay motivated.
Yeah. To be hard to do something.
Very good, excellent. To be hard to do something. And let me go to Shirin. I want her to make an example. So Shirin, the structure is to be hard to do something. Make a sentence with that structure, please.
In quarantine, it's hard to be happy.
Okay.
It's hard to be happy.
Just that. That's enough. It's just
after. Okay.
After what? You wanted to add something?
After hearing bad news.
Very good. It's just what he said. Yes. After checking the headlines. What does he mean by headlines?
News and titles in news.
What is the headline?
Short,
Shirin, what is the headline of this column that we're reading?
Please stay home.
Very good. That's the headline. So headlines is plural for headline. And all I want to do is to eat an entire frozen pizza by myself. What does it mean?
Just things that he do, it's eating.
Okay.
Frozen pizza.
Can you give me a synonym for all I want to do? Instead of saying all I want to do, what else can you say? Another sentence or phrase in English.
All things he can do.
Yes, or the only thing. The only thing that he can or want to do. Because he's sad, huh? He wants to eat an entire frozen pizza. What does entire mean?
Entire, whole.
Very good.
All.
Very good. By myself. What does by myself mean?
About. For myself.
Explain more or give me another synonym.
By myself.
Sharon, if you're doing something by yourself, like for example, eating a pizza by yourself, how many people are around you? How many people are doing it with you?
Just myself.
Yes, exactly. That's the answer. Just yourself. So by oneself means alone. Alone. If you do the cooking by yourself, you do it alone. If you watch a movie by yourself, you do it alone.
Without sharing
Very
with
good. Very
others.
good. Without sharing it with others. And the next sentence?
I know there are crafty, quarantined.
Pronounce the N.
Quarantine. Athletes out there.
Shirin is athlete, not athlete. Okay? سه نوک زبونی. نوک زبون رو ببرید پشت دندونای فک بالا و در اون حالت بگید سه. میشه شبیه ف میشه. Athlete.
Athletes out there running marathon in their driveways and holding a plank through the Godfather Part 2, but I can't. Sorry.
Okay, so tell us what it means. I know there are crafty quarantined athletes out there. What does it mean?
Crafty quarantine. Crafty.
Do you know the meaning of
disaster? Like
no, it doesn't mean disaster. Let me go ask Muhammad.
Crafty.
Muhammad, what does crafty mean?
Crafty, I think it when a person don't have a good behavior, he try to tease someone. Actually,
Yeah, I know what you
uh,
mean. That's
cunning,
yes,
cunning.
cunning. That's for a person.
Yeah, cunning.
That's for a person who wants to do as you said. It's a bad behavior.
Okay.
Okay?
We usually use cunning for animals.
Yes, it's a bad characteristic. But in here, it means something else. Okay, let me go ask Behzad. Thank you. Behzad, what about you? Do you know the meaning of crafty in here?
Crafty means, for example, in this context, we can say someone who is artful or professional.
Very good. Smart. Instead of professional, you can say smart. So they can think and find a way where you and I cannot. We say, okay, we used to go to the gym. We always worked out in the gym. Now the gyms are closed, so I cannot work out. But these people are crafty. They're smart. They say, okay, the gyms are closed, but I can work out at home. If I cannot run in the street, I can walk in the basement, maybe. Okay, thank you. Let me go back to Shireen.
Because they are motivated.
Yes, but motivation has nothing to do with being crafty in here. Okay, it just means smart. Okay, thank you. So Shireen, back to you again. What is quarantined in here? I want you to tell me the part of speech of the word quarantined. I'm asking about part of speech. Part of a speech means being a verb, being an adjective, an adverb, a noun. What is it? What is quarantined in here?
I think it's adjective.
Very good. Adjective. Quarantined athletes means?
Athletes who are
very good.
in quarantine.
Very good. In quarantine. Yes, very good. Excellent. So he says there are crafty quarantine athletes out there. What is out there? What does out there mean?
Out there. Outdoor?
No, it doesn't mean outdoor.
Outdoor running in the trail.
Okay, let me go ask someone else.
Okay, thank you.
Muhammad, what does out there mean in here?
There, it's not outside.
No, it's not outside. Actually, a lot of people mistake this for that. There is the word out in here, but it doesn't mean outside. Out there means something else.
Yeah,
It means
out. When he used there, he wants to point a specific place.
No, he doesn't want to point to a specific place. He doesn't.
No, I don't know.
Okay, let me go.
I have no idea.
That's okay. Behzad, what about you? What does out there mean in here?
I think someone who is not ordinary.
No. You mean outstanding? No, it doesn't mean outstanding. No. It's very easy, actually. See, he says there are athletes out there. You hear this a lot in movies, in the news, and sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of the times, most of the times, they translate it wrong. They say, کلی ورزشکار اون بیرون هستن. Okay? It doesn't have anything to do with اون بیرون. Okay? Out there, in here, it just means exist. A lot of athletes exist. کلی ورزشکار وجود
Oh,
دارن
yes.
که فلان کار انجام میدن. There are a lot of people out there
Exist.
who want to be in your shoes. کلی آدم وجود دارن که میخوان جای تو باشن. It has nothing to do with out and there and someplace far from here. Okay, just exist. Okay, let me go back to Shireen. So Shireen, crafty quarantine out there running marathons. What does that mean? And what is the whole sentence? You see that running, you see running in here. It just has ing. There is no to be verbs in here. There are no to be verbs in here. What was the whole sentence?
Running, there who are running.
Very good. Who are. The who are part was omitted. Who are running marathons in their driveways. What is the tense of this sentence? Present simple, past simple, future. Which one is it?
Present continuous.
Yes, very good. Present continuous. And which application of present continuous is this? Do you know the meaning of application?
Application.
Cardboard.
Yes.
Yeah. Which application of present continuous is this?
Running. Future.
No.
When
No.
no.
Let me ask Mohammed. That's okay. Mohammed, which application is this?
Maybe it's when we do something in a during a short time.
Very good.
It's not for always.
Yes.
It's a meanwhile.
Very good. Excellent. Temporary. Nowadays, because of the quarantine, they're doing this. Thank you very much. Okay, Shirin, back to you again. In the driveways. Okay, running a marathon. Do you know the meaning of a marathon?
Yes.
What's that in Persian?
It's a kind of marathon. And do a marathon.
Yes, very good. Can you explain
Marathon.
that in English? What is a marathon in English?
In English, type of 42 kilometer running.
Okay, what do they do in a marathon? How long is it?
How long?
Yes. Is it done in 5 minutes, in an hour, in half an hour?
No. More than 3 hours.
More than 3 hours. And
2
what do
hours.
they have to do in a marathon? Do they have to jump? Do they have to do?
No.
Go on.
They jogging.
They jogging? No, they jog. You're talking about a fact.
They jog.
Okay? You have to use present simple here because what they do in a marathon is a fact about this sport. So when you talk about facts, you use present simple. They jog, not they jogging.
Okay.
They jog.
They,
Okay, very good.
they jog.
Let's finish this paragraph. In their driveways, what's a driveway?
The line that the car drive.
Okay, where is it? Is it in the street?
No.
Where is it?
Highway, driveway.
No, it's not a highway. Let me go ask Mohammed again. Mohammed, do you know what a driveway is?
Yeah, I think so. Road?
Excuse me?
Road.
Not in here. See, they say in their driveways.
So in this way, when people are running, so they are trying to surpass each other.
No, not that.
So,
no. Okay.
I mean,
that's okay. That's okay. Because it has several meanings. You're mistaking this one for another one. Let me go ask Behzad. What about you, Behzad?
I think driveway is a kind of road between, for example, someone's house
Yes.
and or a private road,
Yes, very
maybe.
good. Yes, exactly. Just the part where you go, you go through in order to go into the parking lot of the building in which you live. Okay, that's the meaning of driveway because
Yeah.
it says in their driveways. Thank you.
Mhm.
And the last part, Beza just explained this part. Holding a
Yeah.
plank through The Godfather Part 2. What does this mean?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I گمش کردم.
It's here. Can you see the cursor?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, holding a plank through. Plank is kind of a difficult exercise, and for example, athletes can hold plank for 1 or 2 minutes,
Okay.
and it means that these people they can hold plank as
Yes.
long as, for example, Godfather movie 2, which I know is a long movie,
Yes, very
lasts.
good, very good. But can you explain to
But
me,
I can't.
very good. Can you explain to me what holding is in here? There's just ing and there is no to be verbs. What is holding? Why is it with ing?
Yeah. I know there are crafty who are running, who, yeah. I think like running, we have, it is, I've forgotten the English word, are holding a plank through, I think.
Yes, while they are holding, while
They are,
they are
yes.
holding, while they are holding. Yes. And I think, let me ask Shirin this question. Thank you, Bezat.
Thank you.
Shirin, so this must be your field of expertise. Do you know the meaning of field of
Yes.
expertise? Okay, so a plank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So because you said you're a trainer, is
Yes.
this man holding a plank in the picture here?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But it's like a push-up.
Ah, okay. But what's the difference between a push-up and a plank?
A plank is isometric, and you just hold your body with your hand. But push-up, you move.
Yeah, I
and
understand
you
that
use
part.
your bicep.
Yes, I understand that part. I mean, in the picture, I thought it was a plank, but you said it's a push-up, maybe because of the position of the hands in here, right? So
Yes.
if it was a
But it can be. It's some type of plank.
so it could be.
It's harder than the normal plank.
But in normal plank, the position of the hands are where? In front of your body? Where are they? In a normal plank.
The elbow is straight.
Very good.
Not
excellent. Yes, the elbow is straight. I'm happy that you used that phrase. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Oh, what have I written here? While they are holding. The keyboard was in Farsi and it was just mixed. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next session, next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.